Hello everyone, thanks for watching. This is going to be another vinyl finds of all kinds. I've got some LPs, I've got a 45, I've also got a DVD here, and I've got some 78 records. So a little bit of a mixed bag. I showed the next couple of items in the last video I did about Record Store Day, but I'm going to open one of them for anybody who may be interested. This is one item that I picked up for Record Store Day. It's the Joan, Jett and the Blackhearts album called Sinner. Released originally in 2006, even though now it's got a 2016 bogus release date on it. I think both of the dates should have been on it. I'm going to open this up. It's on a clear vinyl, and I always use an X-Acto knife. Everybody's got different ways of doing it. This is a pretty clean cut right through. And there we have it. Very nice. As I said in my Record Store Day video, in case you missed it, I like that Joan Jett seems to release something every Record Store Day, and lately it hasn't just been reissues of the same old thing, you know, the same albums that she had before, just redone, up to date. This is actually something that's never been on vinyl before. It's always only available on CD in 2006, and the same thing's been going for just about all of the last bunch of releases every year. Okay, also this 7-inch record I picked up, it's Carl Douglas. It's a reissue of the 1974 hit Kung Fu Fighting, a song that I love from my childhood, and Dance the Kung Fu on the B-side. Next albums I'm going to show are 3 albums by The Who, and you know, I was not a Who fan earlier in life, and recently I've been catching up to some Who stuff, and I appreciate The Who a lot more now than I did then. And I recently made a video where I think I played 5 albums and showed 5 albums. Well, anyway, I couldn't resist these because these were in the shrink wrap and they were very cheap. And this one's The Who by Numbers. It's still got the shrink on it, as I say. And the only one I know by title here is Squeezebox by title. I mean, maybe I know some other songs and don't really know. But when I hear them, maybe I'll recognize some of them. Next Who album is Who Are You? As I say, these Who albums were very cheap, and they all had the shrink on them, and I like having albums in the shrink wrap. So if there's something that I see that even I'm remotely interested in and it's really cheap, why not? Now, of course, on this album I know Sister Disco, and is that the only one? And Who Are You, of course, the title track. My late sister, God rest her soul, my younger sister had this album back in the day, and this is part of why I began not to like The Who. She used to play this, and I really didn't care for Sister Disco, and you know, she played it over and over again. But things have changed as far as my feeling towards The Who goes. And then we have another one in the shrink, Face Dances, and of course on this one I know You Better You Bet. But a lot of these are overplayed on the radio so much, you know. Another Tricky Day, I know that song too. They're played so much on the radio, some of these, this era of Who songs, you know, Who Are You and You Better You Bet. I hear that all the time on the radio, so I'm a little tired of those, but couldn't resist them. Okay, now we go back a ways from there. I picked this one up because every time I see this album, it's kind of trashy. This one was really sharp looking. Golden Hits of the 4 Seasons. It's a VJ record, and really nice shape. And when I saw the record too, the record was really nice, really pretty sharp, clean. So I just had to have it. I like VJ albums, and it's so rare to find them looking really, really nice. That's why I took the plunge. Okay, put this back later. You know where I was today? This afternoon. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day here, and my local flea market has been open this month in the last couple of weeks, and it's my first time there, outdoor flea market. And I got a couple of buys. I got a good Beatles buy that I'm going to save for my next Beatle update. But I found a couple more here. Well, we're not going to be able to open this. Anyway, this is Jackson 5 ABC, and it's in its original shrink wrap. And I just recently got a nice, pretty sharp copy of this from my local record store, no shrink. And you don't usually see this record that clean, but who knew I was going to find it at the flea market with shrink on it. And again, I'll upgrade anytime that I can get it with shrink. Also today at the flea market, there's an album by the Supremes that I never really heard of before. The Supremes sing country, western, and pop. You know, I never even knew this album existed, to tell you the truth. And I like the Supremes, big fan. Get more into that in a moment. My record store guy gave me this for nothing. Here's another record that I had never seen before, but recently shown it in a new video. It was Rodney Dangerfield, The Loser, the original cover. He gave me this for nothing because it wasn't in great shape, really. The cover wasn't in great shape anyway, but even though I just recently got a nice copy of it on Decca, this one was a promo. So I figured I'll get it just for the record. The cover's trashed, but to have a promo record of it, which maybe I'll just take this and put it inside the other album, or, you know, in the clear sleeve in the back of the other Rodney album. So for free, why not? Get a promo. Okay, now we're going to show a 45. This is a white label promo 45, and it again harks back to the 70s. This is the Rockford Files by Mike Post, the theme song to the show, James Garner show, promotional record. You got a stereo and mono if anybody wants to hear the Rockford Files theme in both ways. And an MGM sleeve. Okay. Now, I said that I had a couple of 78 RPM records, and I do. One of them here is, and I might even have this already. You know, a lot of you can relate, I'm sure. You know, after a while you wonder, do I have this already? It's Paul Anka, Diana, on 78. With my favorite label, one of my favorite labels, the ABC Paramount, what I call the pretzel, rainbow pretzel. I know it's not a pretzel, but it's what I refer to it as. Okay, now the other one I really like. Okay, I got Bo Diddley doing Bo Diddley. And this one really needs a cleaning, especially. It's on Checker Records, and the other side is I'm a Man. $3. Okay, already up to the last item. Wish I had it closer here. Said I had a DVD, and I just mentioned Diana Ross and the Supremes. I finally picked this up, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Reflections, which is the definitive performances 1964 to 1969. I really love the Supremes. I always say they're the female Beatles in the sense of how they were in the 60s and how many chart hits they had. So I've been wanting this for a while. I finally said enough is enough. I saw it very cheap, and I said I'm getting it. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe a little longer than I thought. Thanks for watching, everybody.